Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Mrs. Bandu's Math Movies. This is a Course 3 lesson, Lesson 4-7, Similarity and Indirect Measurement. What we'll be doing in this section is using proportions and similar figures to solve problems. So we're going to use some indirect measurement to solve some problems here. Indirect measurement uses proportions and similar figures, or triangles, I should say, excuse me, to measure distances that would be difficult to measure directly. Okay, which might be, that means maybe you want to know how tall a certain tree is. It's not that easy to go and measure a full-grown tall tree. Now, maybe if it's a sapling, sure. Or the height of a building or something like that. We can use the idea behind similar triangles or similar figures to use indirect measurement to find good approximations or values for that. Okay, so here we go. When a 6-foot student casts a 17-foot shadow, you see that represented by, here's the little guy, here's his shadow. A flagpole, represented right here, casts a shadow that is 51 inches long, or feet long, excuse me. So we see that we have a large triangle and then a similar smaller triangle in our figure right here. So we want to use the similar triangles to set up a proportion. So if we look at the flagpole height over the student height, and compare that to the length of the flagpole's shadow and the length of the student shadow, that is a proportion that we can solve. Now, I will tell you that this is not the absolute only way to do it. It's pretty logical, though. There's a couple of different ways to do it. Certainly, if you want to explore those in class, we can. Right now, we're going to follow the format set up in our note packet here, though. Okay? So we're going to let h equal the height of the flagpole, and I'm going to go back to my picture and do that. Okay, so the height of the flagpole to the height of the student is 6 feet tall, is equal to the length of the shadow of the flagpole, so that's 51, and the shadow of the student is 17. We are going to look at our cross products, so we're going to do 17h is equal to 6 times 51, so 17h equals 306. Okay. Then I'm going to divide each side by 17 to solve for h. And 306 divided by 17 is 18. 17h divided by 17 is h. So the height of the flagpole is 18 feet. Okay. Much easier to try to do that and measure the height of a person versus trying to measure the height of the flagpole. We can figure it out using math. Okay. All right, let us move on to example number 2. And here we have two figures. In the figure, triangle ABC, triangle ABC is similar to triangle EDC. Find the length of D. So D is right up here. Okay, so first of all, figure out pieces that are corresponding. So ED corresponds to AB, so I'm going to fill that in. And CD corresponds to CB. I'm just using the picture to help me. Remember, this has to be kind of rotated so you can see where you're doing that. Okay. Now I'm going to substitute in numbers. So the distance from, or the length of ED is the missing value, so it's D. Okay. The length of AB is 416 meters. All right. The length of CD is 141 meters, so I'm going to put 141 there. And then the length of CB is 312 meters. So I set up my proportion, and now I'll solve using cross products. So I have 312D, or 312 times D, equals 141 times 416. So 312D is 58,656. And then to finish up, I'm going to have to divide each side by 312. Of course, you're probably going to want to, obviously can do this in your head. The part that you're going to need to do in the calculator, and really you don't need to write this out for me because I'll see this here, but it's 58,658.
Will you turn away, please call the junior high office?
Divided by 312.
Thank you.
Was 188. Okay, you've caught me. I'm doing this at school, so please ignore that. And I'm just finishing this up, so I'm going to say I'm not going to start over with that. All we were doing is 58,658. Oh, 656. Whoops, sorry. And dividing by 312. It gives you 188. So the length of D, or the value of D, is 188 meters. Okay, you have a couple of quick check questions here. Again, please take the time to look through these steps and double check with your calculator. Write down any questions you might have, bring them in so we can answer them in class. I look forward to seeing you then.